Today I want to share with you my favorite 5 drone movements, and also I want to share why they're very important for me, in my opinion, to tell your story in a better way. Good morning to you, a great day here in Italy. As you can see, a bit of snow on the ground still, but the sun is high in the sky, so there's not better weather to take some drone shots. As I mentioned in the intro, today I want to share with you my 5 favorite drone movements with the DJI Mavic Air 2, but also want to explain why, in my opinion, if you combine the drone shots, specifically these 5 drone shots, with your camera B-roll, your normal B-roll, they're really going to enhance the quality of your video, first of all, but also they're going to tell the story in a better way. And we're going to take these shots manually, so we're not going to use any preset, any quick shot of the drone. And if you actually want to see the quick shot of the DJI Mavic Air 2, go and check out my previous video up here. And you might ask, why are we going to use manual settings and we're going to create the movements manually when we have the quick shots? First of all, it's a lot of fun. Second, you can be in full control of your image and of your drone, so don't forget how important that is. And third, you can prepare yourself for some possible future commercial work. Who knows? So I'm gonna start with the simplest of these 5 movements, and also I'm gonna give you some variation of the same movement, let's put it that way. And we're just walking to the first spot to see what we can do from there. Also, you might have noticed my different setup today. I'm not using my Blackmagic camera on a tripod, but I've got 2 GoPros, the Hero 8 on top of my drone controller right here, and one here which is the Hero 6, and this is gonna face the controller. So I'm gonna also show you the movement of my hands and my fingers and how I recreate these drone shots as it flies in the air. And I also have a lot of friends here, guys. I don't know if you see them. Here they are, big rats. Let's put the drone in the air and let's take the simplest shot to start with. So this is the first shot I'm gonna talk about, and it's a simple forward or backward movement. I'm gonna place the drone on top of the lake and we're just gonna move forward to reveal the lake. So here we are. I placed the drone where I wanted to start from and I'm just moving forward. So very gentle touch on the controller. With this shot, I'm just showing the landscape. I'm telling to my viewer immediately where I am and what I see, basically. And here you go, very simple movement. In terms of setting, I'm recording in 4K at 60 frames per second, so the highest quality I can grab with this specific drone. That was the first movement. Now I want to show you another couple of things. Of course, you can take the same shot at different heights, different altitudes as well, to give a different perspective of the landscape. And we can do so by just going backward, but I'm gonna put the drone a bit higher in the sky. So I'm moving higher, and also I'm tilting the camera down a little bit, but I'm not filming yet. This is not the actual movement I want. And now I'm going backward to reveal something that is going to appear very soon. So let's move the drone backward gently again, or you can go a bit faster because you're shooting in slow motion anyway. And in this way, by going backward, I don't want to hit any tree, it's a very good way to reveal, as I mentioned, the landscape or the environment to your viewer. This shot can be used also to recreate what is called parallax effect. So basically, when you have different objects or buildings, for example, on different levels in front of your camera, that's when you have this parallax effect. So you've got different things in the foreground, maybe in the background, and it gives really this sense and feel of motion, of movements. And you can do the same thing going backwards, but that's going to be a bit trickier because the rear of the drone doesn't have any sensor, so you need to be very careful. And very good tip is to always have the drone in the line of sight. So you always want to have your drone visible to your eyes. Very important, guys, fly safe. Now I'm gonna do the same with the subject in the shot. So I'm gonna put myself here and we're gonna walk along the bridge and see the difference. So the drone is right there behind me, and what I'm gonna do is simply to walk along this bridge, and I'm gonna press the forward lever just to make the drone follow me, and you will really see how this enhances the quality of your video. So I'm just starting to walk, and simply I also drag the lever up, very slow and gentle. So this is a follow shot. So the drone is literally following me. And what you can also do is to make the drone overtake you, like so. There you go, I just went to my right hand side. And this is a very good way, guys, in your story to be part of the character. So be part of the environment he is part of, or she is part of too. And also it's a great way to introduce your video and your character, but also to finish off your video. So in this case, if you want to say goodbye to your character, for example, you just do exactly the reverse movement. So I'm just going backward, and this is going to be another reveal shot where you reveal your character and you're just going to say goodbye to him, to her, and to the environment. So here you go, he's passing next to me, and he's revealing, the drone is revealing the character right now, and he's just going away and leaving the character alone. Okay, now I'm going back and I'm gonna give you the last variation, which is exactly the same movement, but we're gonna tilt the camera down, so perpendicular to your subject or to the ground. What you can do is either to film the landscape without any subject, or just follow your subject again. So it's gonna be a follow shot, and you can keep the subject in the center, as you can see. And as your character moves, the drone moves along. And then once again you can speed up and let your character be on his own. What you can do with the forward shot as well is simply tilt the camera down perpendicular to the ground, and then revealing the landscape by changing the angle of your camera, so by facing forward step by step. So let's talk about the second movement, and this is very simple once again, but instead of using the right hand side lever of the controller, we're gonna use the left hand side one, and simply we're gonna push it up to move the drone up in the sky. So that's the second shot. It's simply lifting your drone up in the sky, or you can do the reverse motion as well, so from very high to go closer to the ground or to your subject. I'm just tilting the camera down. Sorry, Nemanja, I'm not answering, but guys, go and check Nemanja out. He's calling me right now. Go and check him out on YouTube. I'm gonna leave the link down here. Good friend of mine, great tutorials. If you're into Photoshop, go and follow him right now. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna call you back in a second, dude. I'm doing some drone shots here. So where's my drone before I drop it in the water? I am in the middle of the lake now, just very close to the lake. What I'm gonna do is simply lift the drone up. Let's go. So once again, full speed. And why is this a great shot? It can be used as an intro shot or an outro shot. So if you go right up, as I'm doing right now, it's a very good way to show the landscape to your audience, but also it can be a very good outro. So you're just gonna say goodbye to everyone. This is what I can see. Enjoy the beautiful landscape. I will see you in the next video. Okay, and that's the kind of view we can see from there. The other way around, by coming down, it's a very good intro shot, but in particular it's a good intro shot if you have a character in place. So let's try to do that. I'm just gonna drop the drone above me and come down. So in this way, you're showing, first of all, the landscape to your viewer, and then you are revealing the character, your main subject, to the viewer as well. So you are introducing yourself or someone else. And what I just do now is to press the lever down very quickly. And in this way, I'm going from the environment, so from the wider view, to the character. So I'm introducing myself. And of course, you can speed up this editing in post-production. And of course you can have your character moving and so on. And here I am, perfectly in the center. There you go, and slow down. Now the variation I want to give you for this specific movement is also to rotate the drone as you're lifting it up or coming back down. So what you want to do is to use exactly the same lever on the controller, and as you press down, you also angle the lever to one of the sides, so to the left or the right, and the drone will start spinning. There you go, but also come down. And this is a more dynamic movement, of course, and also gives the kind of inception movement, kind of getting lost, or also accelerating the speed of your editing if you wanted to. For example, we have filmed a music video lately, and as I mentioned, we used this movement to reproduce a more dynamic image. Basically, they will fit better our video edit. Also, you can use the upwards or downwards movement to reveal something. So if you have a hill in front of the lens and then you go above the hill, you can reveal the landscape behind it. And as I move to the next location for the next shot, shot number 3, this is a parallel shot. Basically, what I want to do is to follow my character or reveal my landscape from the side. And once again, it's one of the simplest movements so far, because we just need to press the right lever to the left or to the right. So here I am in place, and this is gonna be a follow shot from the side. So very simple. I'm gonna move the drone to the right hand side and try to keep my subject in the center of the frame. So let's go. And this is going to be a reveal shot as well. So we're going to use the tree to reveal our character. Very useful shot, once again, if you want to be part of your character's adventures, okay? And also to show the environment is walking in, for example, in this case. It's a very good way to show a set of trees, for example, like in this case. So I'm going to tilt the camera higher, and I have this beautiful line of trees, and what we're gonna do is just go to the left, and this time we're also going a bit higher because the floor is uneven and it's going higher, so we're doing 2 movements at once. But this is a great way to use this kind of shot. Now I want to show you how to simply have something in the foreground will also change the quality of your image. Okay, if we have something like this, for example, I'm gonna film, you really see the landscape passing by. So you want to have something in the foreground and something in the background to recreate again this parallax effect. And now you could place also a character in the middle of the bridge and follow him alongside. And you can keep the subject in the center or to the side of your frame, of course. You can go a bit faster than your character or slower. This is all direction that you can take. So I'm going to be faster now to overtake my subject, but still revealing the landscape. Now I think this drone movement is great if you are filming a racing car, or maybe if you are on a scooter, as I was here in Vietnam, to show the speed and the motion of the vehicle you are filming, for example. Right, let's talk about shot number 4. This is a circle around the subject or your object, whatever it is you are filming. This time it's a 2 fingers movement, so we're gonna spin the drone on its axis, but also we're going to move the drone to the side. So it's gonna be a bit trickier, but do a lot of practice. That's the only way, guys. That's the key for success. And I'm gonna give you a couple of tips here, guys. So first of all, have a look at your environment. Make sure you are away from trees, from buildings, and so on. And this is once again one of the rules of flying a drone. So you want to be at least 50 meters away from any building, any vehicle, any boat, and so on. All right, so what I'm gonna do is to place the drone in front of me for now. And what we're gonna do now, I center my character, so the camera facing a bit towards down, and I'm gonna start moving the drone to one of the sides. So I'm going to the left, but at the same time, I'm also spinning the drone on its axis to keep the subject in place in the center. So it's moving the drone to the right, but spinning the drone to the left. Once again, try to keep the speed and the movement equal, so don't make any change, and keep your character in the center. Once again, this is a trickier movement from the first 3 ones that we have checked, and you can be at different distances from the subject, for example, also different height. So let's try to go a bit higher and further away. And then you can mix in the video editing these 2 clips as well. So that's very nice to give more depth, to give more view of the environment to my audience. I'm gonna go also a bit higher, and this can be done also with buildings. So if you're I don't know, if you're filming a tower or a church, anything, this is a great movement, guys, and it's very cinematic. So why do I like this movement, and why do I think it's great for your storytelling? This is great, in particular if you do, well, I do a lot of travel vlogging, and this is a great shot to express that kind of epicness and majesty of the place you are at. So the faster the drone will go, the more you can recreate this epicness and feel of great spaces and adventure once again. And this is the last shot, shot number 5, the 5th movement. And this is the most difficult one because you're gonna use all the levers and the settings of the remote controller. What we're gonna try to do is to create a spiral around the subject. So we're gonna spin the drone, put it higher in the sky, but also move it to the side, move it backward and tilting the camera up or down. So literally we are moving all the levers of the controller, and that takes a bit of practice, but once again, this is the fun part of it. And for this shot, I'm gonna take actually maybe this tree as a subject and not myself. So what I'm trying to do now, guys, is to go further away from the tree, so going backward, going higher and tilting the camera down by spinning also the drone around the tree. So let's try to do so. Woo! This is gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm going backward and I'm going to the side. I'm spinning the drone to the right and tilting the camera down. So all the controls, I need to be very focused. And that's a spiral around the tree we chose. Woo! There you go. That was tricky, but something like that anyway. So by using the spiral shot, I think that's the maximum level of dynamism for your video. So once again, if you want to show something majestic, epic, and make the viewer be part of your adventure, of your environment, that's the shot you want. Also gives a lot of speed to the edit as well for music videos, travel vlogs, and that kind of videos. And guys, I think that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're using a drone, practice, practice, and practice. That's the key. So try to make your shot dynamics by keeping also something in the foreground, different backgrounds to give this parallax effect and to give different perspective. Be aware of your environment, where you're flying, if you have trees, buildings, and don't forget, you always want to see your drone. So you don't want to lose your drone visually. What I wanted to do is to create a quick montage of different drone shots to give you an idea of how literally they can tell the story in a better way. But of course, you want to mix the drone shots with your camera B-roll. Don't forget, mix up the footage and it will definitely enhance the quality of your videos and make them more cinematic. For now, I thank you for watching and I thank you to be with me in this beautiful day. Consider to hit the subscribe button if you learned something new. Also consider to follow me on Instagram at Mamo Air. I will catch up with you soon. Take care and God bless you.